Hi, Alan Thomas. I haven't done a video on bodybuilding for a while. My first one was in 2018 in Hong Kong. My last one was in Mongolia, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And since then, I haven't done one. So I thought, look, I've written a book on bodybuilding, or predominantly about the mind, mindset, focus. And I thought I'll read out the introduction of how I got into bodybuilding. And if you want to buy the book, it's published through Smashwords, the biggest online ebook publisher in the world, American. And you can buy it through any other ebook outlets around the world. Um, but it's not a generic book. Most bodybuilders write generic type books about training and food, supplements, right? Diet. So I thought I'd write one on the mind, focusing breaking through that apathy and or reservation. Like if you do a 12-hour day and with all the everything else that goes on, stresses and strains of every day, the last thing you want to do is go to the gym and work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But if you focus the mind, strengthen the mind to overcome and block out any distractions and focus on the job at hand to go to the gym and train. And I've done it for many years, believe me, in many parts of the world. And I've done it when it's been snowing, I've done it when it's been raining, I've done it in the heat, and it doesn't distract me. I go and I train. And you can too. So I hope um, you enjoy this. It's an introduction of how I got into bodybuilding, and then it goes on how to train the mind. So yeah, I'll get straight into it, and I'll start reading the introduction. It's not in depth; it's very brief, and we'll go from there. And I will upload it to my YouTube channel. If you do have a comment, comment below on the link when I upload, and otherwise enjoy, hopefully. The Mindsets Introduction. Note, this is a short story only about the mindset and focus with the intent and to encourage the reader to get off the couch and join the gym. Now, again, it's not just about bodybuilding, it's about any other sport as well. It's just get out there and keep going, don't stop. So, my journey into bodybuilding started at age 16. My older brother had a barbell set in the backyard, and I used to play around with it. I was naturally strong and often lifted heavier weights than some of the adults. I felt a change inside of me. It was something special, but I couldn't quite understand what it was. I started to get admiration from different folks I bumped into, and one day I bumped into a buddy of mine. I hadn't seen him in 2, 3 years, and he almost fell over when he saw me. He couldn't believe the changes I'd made in my body. My mom used to always say I looked huge walking down the street, but she was my biggest fan, so she was a little bit biased. I believe I was a natural athlete. I advanced in the swim team at primary school, and I was the fastest runner in school. I played some rugby and adapted to it very easily, but it didn't interest me as much as individual sports. I wish I had more guidance when I was little to possibly make it to the elite professional status. I was probably around 18 years old when I picked up a magazine with a story on Arnold Schwarzenegger. Immediately, I was hooked on bodybuilding. I joined the city gym and started pounding the weights. My buddy joined with me, but he was very irregular at training, and my coach at the gym told me to ditch him. He said he hasn't got the body shape or drive that you do, and he will only slow you down. So I took his advice. So I stopped training with him, and that's when I decided to only rely on myself to train. And that's what I do today, even when I go to the gym, I rely on myself, and I really enjoy it. I get through my training sessions quick, hard, and fast. I joined different gyms, and I still didn't fully understand the depth and commitment required to become a professional. But I trained hard and finally decided it was time to start competing. I placed fourth in my first competition and third in my next competition. I placed second in my following competition, but to my surprise, a number of the competitors and some of the audience said I should have won that competition. So there is a lot of politics in sport, as there is in the workplace. I entered a weightlifting competition and placed second, even though I lifted the heavier weights, but it is based on your body weight, so I gave it my best shot. I started traveling and training overseas in many different countries. I've gone from experience to experience, training and also encouraging others to train. I believe I was a good ambassador for bodybuilding and still am. So, this book is not a generic book, which almost all bodybuilders publish. It's about the mindset and how to focus your mind on the job at hand and to overcome distractions. Sometimes you feel the rush heading to the gym, and sometimes you feel flat. Why? So nothing has changed except your mindset. So I wanted to give a different perspective to the reader, and hopefully, this will encourage them to join the gym and start training. I believe I will keep bodybuilding until my last breath. I love the sport and will keep promoting it with zest and vigor that I feel whenever I talk about it. Bodybuilding has made me who I am. It gave me the confidence and courage. It opened my eyes to endless possibilities. It has given me a legacy of helping others train around the world. And this is my story. The mindset. When the mind is set, the body will follow. So I hope it encourages you and helps you to continue on your journey because you never stop. Like I said in here, keep going until your last breath. So just keep going, keep training, even after long periods of layoff due to circumstance. And going back to the gym, I accelerate very quickly. So I love the sport, and I've been around it a long time, met a lot of different people, and and I thought I'd do this book. It's only a 6 chapter book, but it tells you how to focus and get through that apathy, basically laziness, and get to the gym and start training. Get a kick in the ass, do your training, out. You'll feel $1,000,000, believe me. You feel so great. You think, well, can't wait to get back there tomorrow. And that's what you got to keep telling yourself. Can't wait because you love it. Anyways, I'll stop there and I'll upload this to a YouTube channel and hopefully you read it. And if you want to read more, buy my book. Take care, stay safe until the next video.